Good morning, everyone. Today is August 23rd, 2025, and we're about to kick off year 2 of the RUCK Cancer event. Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here. This is Hayden with the Hill Pursuit Podcast. Today's a little bit different. Today we have a Liv's Promise takeover of the podcast. I wanted to take a few moments to really just thank everyone involved, to be honest. And there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to make today's race happen, to raise funds, to raise resources, awareness, in the fight against cancer, against childhood cancer. And it truly means a lot, to me personally, and of course to my family. Today being the second year, I really I wanted to take a few moments to thank you, whoever you are that's listening to this, hopefully on maybe your morning commute to the actual, to the race site. But there are a lot of hands involved in making today happen. There are a lot of people who support Liv's Promise, a lot of people who support me and my family, a lot of people who support Olivia. And I truly just wanted to thank you all, on behalf of my family, and just from the bottom of my heart for the support, for showing up, for donations, any and everything in between. And that's what today is. That's what this podcast is. So on your commute in, on your travel to the race site, coming into North Park, hope you enjoy this, and take some time to really reflect on the good that you've done personally, that we're all doing together today when we show up and run this race, because this is a fun race. It's a 5K, it's a 5 mile. You might throw a ruck on, you might walk, but we're all here supporting something bigger. And I think the ugly truth of cancer is that it affects all of us. Maybe it affects you individually. Maybe it affects someone in your family, a friend. We probably all know somebody who's passed from cancer, and we also probably know somebody who is fighting it actively. So I think it says a lot about who you are to be involved in a race like this, to be involved in an event like this that raises funds and awareness in the fight against cancer. So I just wanted to start off and say thank you generally, but I do want to go through a little bit of everything today, to thank you individually as well, because there are a lot of hands involved. I guess before we even dive into the specifics, of volunteers, sponsors, all that stuff, sitting here, I'm actually recording this on Friday night, late Friday night, just so I can get this out to you because it means that much to me. But we've already surpassed last year's funds raised before we even get to race morning. So last year we raised, I don't have the exact number. I know what it was close to. It was just under $9,000 we raised last year. We are very close right now. We're very close to $10,000 raised, for the second year of the RUCK Cancer event. And we have something new this year as well. So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard or seen any social media posts or anything like that, we have a raffle this year, and I am 100% convinced that raffle will take us over $10,000 raised for this second year of the RUCK Cancer event. So huge congratulations to all of you, because this is not something that just Liv's Promise is doing. This is something that you, as an individual, as a sponsor, as a volunteer, this is something that you are doing. So I'm just ecstatic to see the number approach $10,000 in the second year is it's kind of mind-boggling, to be honest. So I guess just to start off, thank you. That's because of you as an individual, and we all come together. We all show up today, and we're all fighting the same fight. And it's already been such an incredible journey. So let's just kind of celebrate today together. I guess first, I really want to thank all the sponsors. Without sponsors, I mean, guys, this race doesn't happen. We have there are a lot of behind the scenes small fees we need to pay, and we need to make the race affordable for all the athletes who sign up, and we have prizes, all this stuff. It's very, very important to get sponsors. And number one, I want to thank Victory Multisport. Victory Multisport's become kind of like a family to me over the past few years. I personally coach for Victory Multisport. I coach some endurance athletes. I coach some strength and conditioning athletes. And Victory Multisport has been there every step of the way along Olivia's journey. I've had some conversations with athletes and coaches in Victory Multisport where maybe some of the lowest of low conversations I've ever had in my life, and emotions that I've felt as Olivia was getting diagnosed with neuroblastoma. And some of those people in Victory Multisport have kind of picked me up when I was very, very down, when our family was, just battling to get through the next day with Olivia's chemotherapy treatments. And the fact that Victory Multisport is still there and present in an event like this speaks to the integrity of who they are, as not just coaches and not just a great endurance performance company, right? But just people. And we're all just people, and this disease affects all of us somehow. And you extend one person, two degrees of separation away from who you are, and you probably know somebody, right? And Victory Multisport has been there for me and my family, and just a humongous thank you to Victory, still supporting such an incredible event. So big thanks to Victory. Next is GCXC. GCXC is the timing company. Matt Imhoff specifically, really, really great guy. This company is just fantastic. Matt, I mean, for the lack of a better term, Matt holds my hand to help me with setting up this race. Sure, I might be formally the race director and the director of Liv's Promise, but Matt is the magician of RUCK cancer, to be honest. And I could not do this without him. So huge thank you to GCXC. Of course, Hill Pursuit as well, the strength and conditioning company and the endurance coaching company that kind of works hand in hand with Victory Multisport, has funded a lot of the behind the scenes stuff as well. Another friend of mine, Ken Rogers, owns Progressive Strength Project. All these sponsors, by the way, are linked in the show notes. You can click on those links and go right to their website, and you see all the information about them. But the Progressive Strength Project, Ken's out in California. Ken's done a lot of great work with different athletes. He's worked with me in terms of nutrition and some of the athletes that I coach. Huge thank you to Progressive Strength for sponsoring as well. If you are competitive enough to get first, second, or third in any of these race divisions, so 5K, 5 mile, 5K ruck, or the 5 mile ruck, you'll get an award. And those awards were supplied to us from Pro Bike and Run. And Pro Bike and Run has been huge in terms of just supporting the event, supporting the athletes who are a little bit more competitive, and those who wish to place in any of these race divisions. So big thank you to Pro Bike and Run. Ironically, you're going to run past a Pro Bike and Run if you're on the 5 mile loop today. And you can take that award and go right back over there. And they have a ton of great gear, a lot of great, shoes, run gear, biking gear, obviously, a ton of stuff from Pro Bike. So thank you to Pro Bike, both in North Park and the Grove City locations. We also have a new, essentially like a sponsoring partner or a supporting partner in LMNT. The company Element is a huge plus to this year's event. We did not have Element last year. We reached out. They supplied us with sample packages for every single athlete. So make sure that you grab an Element sample package either before the race or when you cross the finish line. Big, big plus to this year's event. So big thank you to Element. Next is Val's Aid Station. Val is a Victory Multisport athlete. Val is a stud. You will know Val before, like I don't even have to introduce Val to you. That's how awesome, that's how awesome Val is. Val's Aid Station is also a nonprofit that shows up and supports people who are challenging themselves, who are pushing themselves at these races. Val, I guess a little bit of a personal note. I ran an ultra marathon for the first time in my life. I ran 100K in the woods, roughly 66 miles, and I had nobody there for me, which is fine. Like I have 4 kids now, so I don't really expect my wife to be there in those moments for those crazy experiences. She did show up, but Val was there from start to finish for me. Every time I finished a half marathon loop, Val was there to help me. And she's going to be there today to help post race. She's also great with kids. She's got a lot of fun activities and stuff for kids to do. So huge, huge thank you to Val's Aid Station for supplying the little goodies, the trinkets, the fun stuff for the kids, and of course, any refueling that you might need post race. So thank you to Val. Next is AmeriSeal. This one also hits close to home for me. My brother-in-law, Mike Gann, works for AmeriSeal and has been instrumental in just supporting our family. So, of course, family supporting family is something that never gets old and something that, when you feel like you have nothing, when you feel like you have nothing, you have your family. And in the absolute darkest moments of, oh geez, getting a little emotional. In the darkest moments of Olivia's, diagnosis, our family was there for sure. And the fact that, specifically Mike, I guess, the fact that he is still supporting us. Of course, it's a financial support, right, as a sponsor, but again, this goes to support the bigger picture of the fight against cancer. And I just think it says a lot about who Mike is as a brother-in-law and as a man and as a hard worker. So greatly appreciate Mike and AmeriSeal for their sponsorship and financial support of the event as well. So Victory Multisport, GCXC, Hill Pursuit, Progressive Strength Project, Pro Bike and Run, Element, Val's Aid Station, and AmeriSeal. Those sponsors, they are all on your t-shirt. You get your t-shirt, turn it around, and you'll see all those sponsors on the back. So humongous thank you to the sponsors for making today happen. Next is, wow, volunteers. Today literally does not happen. It doesn't happen with just me at all. Like you're going to see me. I'll make some announcements. You'll see me a lot. I'll be on the microphone. It might look like I'm doing everything. Truly, I'm not. Okay. Please know that I'm not. I'm not alone. This doesn't happen without volunteers. If you've seen last year's race video, we have incredible photographers. So Shane Boyd is humongous in terms of the help that he's offered to us. We had drone, excuse me, we had drone footage last year. We have incredible photographers at the start line, at of course get capturing the finish line. We have on course photographers, and it's just another, it's just a way that they go above and beyond to donate their time so that you can, have some moments to kind of reflect and remember this day of celebration. So huge thank you to the photographers. We also have, excuse me, we also have two aid stations on the course. Those aid stations are run by, this is huge for me. I love this. And this is why I will always hold this event on the weekend before I go back to school at Grove City College and go back to teaching, because it's kind of easy, not necessarily easy, but it's a nice way that I can involve some students who want to volunteer. One of the aid stations is 100% run by students, either my current students or former students. And the biggest thing that the number one thing I love about Grove City College is it feels like family. So um, when you see an aid station out there, just know that that's my family. Those are my students. Those are my former students. And when I was very low and shedding tears, telling my classes about my daughter's diagnosis and how it was going to affect my ability to teach and the rest of my semester, all this stuff, they were there for me. They laid hands on me and prayed for me. And, they're still showing up this morning on course. And they're supporting you too. And again, they're supporting you, they're supporting me, they're supporting a bigger purpose. So huge, huge thank you to my students who are, of course, doing aid stations and a little bit of everything else too. I have students elsewhere volunteering too. So big thank you to them. There's a lot that goes into this morning. There's check-in, there's t-shirts, there's checking bags, there's setting up the finish line. There's, my best friend who lives really close to North Park, Mark, is filling rucksacks with sand. The sand was donated by, my buddy's brother. So there's, again, if you're someone who's rucking and you asked for sand to be filled, someone's doing that, right? And someone's volunteering and donating sand and grabbing a shovel and weighing rucksacks, and there's just a lot that goes into it. So huge thank you to all those people as well. We also have a couple police officers who volunteer their time, and you'll see them out there. If you see them on the course, make sure you say thank you, because they're present to make sure that the race is going off safely, to make sure that all the athletes are safe, to make sure that roads are closed and traffic isn't too crazy, so that you have the ability to run the course safely. So big thank you to police officers, and of course also GCXC, who's setting up the course and the course map and the route for you. And there's also a turnaround, the 5K turnaround. We have some Pittsburgh Triathlon, Pittsburgh Tri Club people and athletes who are out there supporting us and encouraging you at the turnaround, and have special signs. I mean, I'm literally like forgetting all the things that these people are doing as I'm starting to talk about it, because there's so much involved in the day. Another one is, and this one sounds silly, but parking. I mean, there's at North Park, there's a few places you can park, and of course by the boathouse and across the street. That takes hands. That takes people to point you in the right direction and show you where you need to park. So big thanks to those people as well. Of course, packet pickup throughout the week. We had a packet pickup at two different pro bike and run locations. I had my neighbors out. They were helping me. We were at the pro bike in Grove City. I had a former student come out and help. At the pro bike in North Park, my neighbor showed up. We had 20 plus people at that packet pickup. So it was a little busy, and, very much appreciated that we had hands on deck to help with the packet pickup as well. Again, new this year, we have the post-race raffle. If you've been following along on the social media, you've seen that we have upwards of 6 to 8 raffle baskets ready to go. You can purchase those raffle tickets before the race. You can grab them right after the race. We'll do the announcement of the raffle shortly after awards. So make sure that you stick around for that. But the people organizing the raffle and facilitating, you getting your tickets, placing them in the right bins. Again, this all takes volunteers. So thank you to those people as well. The cheer stations on course, we also have, and this is another fun one, another aid station is being completely run by Boy Scouts. So huge thank you to the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts were incredible year one, and they were jumping at the opportunity to come back. So big thank you to the Boy Scouts. I know they were a huge draw. A lot of people loved seeing the Boy Scouts on course. I saw the pictures. I didn't get out to their aid station because I was, by the start, by the finish, but the Boy Scouts did an incredible job. So when you see these volunteers, most of the volunteers will all be in pink Lives Promise shirts. So make sure you find them, you thank them, give them a high five when you're out there. But big thank you to the Boy Scouts, specifically at their aid station. And lastly, I want to thank you as the athlete, whether you're walking, running, whether you are rucking, or you're participating virtually. If you can't make it to the event this morning, I know there's a handful. There's probably 20 plus virtual athletes as well. So again, you're not just participating in a run or a race today. You're participating in the support, and you're participating in the fight against this just crazy disease that is cancer, and ultimately does affect all of us somehow, whether it's you directly or a family member, a friend, someone that who has unfortunately lost the fight against cancer, or is actively fighting. And I know that's a lot of us who have a connection to this disease. And you're, as an athlete who registers to race this race, you're a lot more than just a runner or just a walker, or you're a lot more than someone who just shows up to get in a good workout. You're someone who you're someone who supports something much larger. This what unfortunately seems to be a never-ending fight. So your support means a lot. It means a lot to me individually. It means a lot to my daughter, of course, and our family. So I just can't thank you enough for showing up this morning and supporting Liv's Promise, and supporting this fight against cancer. And it's my hope, and it's the hope of my family, and this is why we do this. But it's the hope that we can make a dent and work towards, if nothing else, just making this a little less terrible, I guess, making this a little bit more manageable, and just providing some light in the darkness that we know this truly is. And when me and my wife were dealing with the initial diagnosis of Olivia, we had some moments that were very, very low. For 6 to 9 months, as she was going through 6 rounds of chemotherapy, we we were wondering if she was going to make it to 2 years old, to be honest. Um, and it turns your life completely upside down. It truly did for us, and it's it's not something that ever becomes easy to deal with ever, and that's not what I'm saying at all. But um, the the support and the kind words, the prayer, the thoughtful gestures, the support in something like this or the event like this, it truly, truly does go a very long way in, again, just shining a small light on a situation that is very, very dark for families and children who are dealing with a diagnosis like this. So um, that's what you're doing, is you're helping Liv's promise to kind of be that light, and in a sense, you are literally that light. So um, I just want you to truly know that you're doing a lot more than just showing up and running a race or putting on a rucksack. You're truly, truly helping families like ours. Back when Olivia was diagnosed, you're helping families um, get through, the hardest part of their life, the hardest part of their life. So um, truly just appreciate what you're doing. And I think if you have a moment to reflect, I think you would understand and see that what, the support that you are offering goes a very, very long way. Like I said, we are already so close to raising $10,000. $10,000. We're so close to $10,000, and I know we'll get there on race morning. And that number just kind of blows my mind when I sit and think about it. Raising nearly $20,000 in the last 2 years total to fight against cancer and help these families in their darkest time. And you as an individual are a part of that. So I also want to just like take a moment and um, excuse me, thank my wife, Morgan. She's been an amazing rock for our family. I'm happy to say that our family is on the other side of Olivia's diagnosis. She's been cancer free for nearly 1 year. I remember last year, uh, you know, deciding to do a race like this. We started the planning of this race not knowing the future for Olivia, and we got to race morning, and we we got to announce that she was cancer free for about a month. So that was a very, very special moment for me and my family, and of course for my daughter. And I know that touched a lot of people because not everybody has that happy finish line, I guess. So we were honored to share that moment with everybody last year, and I'm just super excited to share that again with you all today. So family and friends who are there supporting, family and friends who aren't there but have still supported constantly over the past year to 2 years, and of course leading up to this morning. So um, we're just ecstatic. We're ecstatic at what this event has turned into, and we just cannot wait to see what this event can turn into the future. Um, so from my family to yours, genuinely, I just wanted to thank you with this episode, um, and just thank you for attending. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the endless support, because it truly does need to be endless. That's the honest truth. When talking about childhood cancer, it needs to be a relentless support and a relentless fight against this disease, because it it impacts so many people. Um, our daughter was diagnosed at 9 months old, and she was presenting symptoms somewhere around 6 to 7 months old. That it almost, it feels so unfair when it happens, and to get any amount of support at all makes those terrible moments a little bit, not a little bit brighter, but a little bit less terrible. And that's what we're doing here. That's what you're doing by signing up. That's what you're doing by participating. And, one person who participates makes a big difference. And we have over 100 athletes participating this morning. And again, we can do a lot of really great things when we come together and do something like this. So again, thank you to everybody who's participating. Thank you to sponsors, to all the volunteers, family and friends, everyone. Truly, thank you. Your contribution to an event like this goes much, much farther than you can imagine in terms of shining a light for families who are dealing with an early childhood cancer diagnosis. It truly does. So, as you're traveling in, I hope this was a brief one, but I truly hope that you understand the impact that you're making, because it feels like a lot to me. And it's going to feel like a lot to families as well, that, this race, or the funds behind this race, the donations behind this race, it's going to feel like a lot to the families that you're going to positively impact. So, please just know that you're doing a lot more than just showing up and racing. You're making a positive impact on these families. So if you want to learn a little bit more about LIV's Promise, I'll link everything in these show notes. You can always check out livspromise.com. I'll put more of the RUCK cancer specifics in the show notes as well, if you want to check out our official story, learn more about Olivia's story, her diagnosis, her path to becoming cancer-free again, which was about a year ago now, which we are just so blessed and very thankful to all of you for the support, but thankful to God that, we came out on the other side of this, and we still have our beautiful baby girl, and now she's 2 years old. You'll see her this morning. I don't think she'll have a RUCK cancer t-shirt, because we don't have any that are small enough for her, but you'll see her out there having a good time. I believe she'll be on the course this morning with my wife Morgan. So again, if you wanna say hi to all of us and say hi to Olivia, we're around, and we're just super grateful that to have your support. So again, this was the Hill Pursuit podcast, a little bit of a LIV's Promise takeover. I'll link any and everything related to Hill Pursuit. I'll link any and everything related to LIV's Promise. But again, today is not about us. It is about you and what you're doing as collectively, what we're all doing today to support this unending fight against childhood cancer that seems to be, it does truly seem to be unending. And the fact that we're continuing in this fight means a lot to me, means a lot to my family. And I genuinely hope that you see that what you're doing is making an impact. And we're very, very excited about what the future holds for LIV's Promise, what the future holds for our daughter, of course, also what the future holds for this race. And we hope to build on this race and continue doing events like this to raise funds and raise awareness, so that we can continue to make a positive impact in the lives of people who are impacted by cancer. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the support. Travel safe this morning. Give high fives, say hi to people, have fun. Today is going to be a great, absolutely beautiful day. Let's enjoy it together. Let's celebrate together. And thank you so much for being here. Have a very blessed day. Enjoy the race. We'll see you out there on the course.